Hello and welcome. My name is Sarah. My pronouns are she, her, and this is a channel about the cross-stitch projects I'm working on and the cross-stitch patterns I design. You can find me on Etsy and Instagram at ModCross. Links to all the things that I talk about today are going to be down in the description box below. Today is Tuesday, April 30th, 2024, and this is Flosstube number 14. Hello, thank you so much for being here, friends. If you are new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. If you are returning, bless you. It has been too long. I've been intending to film this for about 2 weeks and April is chaos. April is always chaos, and I'm definitely bringing a chaotic spring energy today. So I had to film this video before May because I have big plans in May that I really wanted to share. We'll see when I get this uploaded, but here we are on the cusp of May. It is recital season. I have a 10-year-old and a 4-year-old. We have piano this weekend. We have dance the following weekend. All the schools are getting all their concerts and their field trips and all the things in before the end of the year. I'm a farmer in central Iowa, if you're new here, and so we are getting crops in the field. We have baby pigs in the pasture, working on the garden. It's lilac season. Hooray, one of my favorites. So things are wild. And then last week I had the worst stress eczema flare-up I have had in literally 5 years. Just all over my face and my neck, just red and bumps, and I looked like a 14-year-old with acne on top of the world's worst sunburn. It was just terrible. So we are pushing through. We're coming through a lot, and we are here, and I'm so excited that you are here with me. So that said, I'm going to go a little out of order today because my plans are the most important thing. Because Jerica, Daybreak Stitcher, and I cordially invite you to join us for #MarroomyMay. So Miriam, our dear, lovely, wonderful Miriam at MarroomyDesigns, she's at MarroomyCrafts on Instagram and here on YouTube. You can find her Etsy shop at MarroomyDesigns. She has so many beautiful patterns, and I have multiple in progress and others that I really want to start. And I was talking with Jerica, and she has never stitched one. She has some that she wants to stitch, but had never started one yet. And so we decided that #MarroomyMay would be a great idea to give some of my projects some love, to maybe start some exciting new ones. So there are multiple ways to participate. I know there's a lot of challenges and things and other stitch-alongs that go on in May. And so we want it to be as easy as possible for those who want to participate. So you can add some of Miriam's lovely designs to your stash, which is always fun. You can start a new Marroomy design project, which, I mean, that's the best part, is starting shiny new things, right? The best part of a sale. You can get out some of those works in progress, those Marroomy whips that you have. I've got 3 of them that I'll show you that I would really love to get some work in on. And if you have something stitched, maybe challenge yourself this month to fully finish that object so you can have it out and you can enjoy it. This is my fully finish of Song of Nowruz from last spring. It's a beautiful Marroomy design. It's small. You can do it. It's designed monochromatically. I did it in 2 colors. So there's tons of options out there. She's got some big, beautiful pieces, but also some really fun smalls. So head on over to look at Miriam's stuff. Again, all the links are down below. What I have 3 whips, so 3 works in progress. The first is the From Yalda to Nowruz stitch along that Miriam started last December, and it went through the first day of the spring equinox on Nowruz. And this is where I am at. So I don't have a printout of the finished SAL. So it's a band sampler SAL, and everything has been released. And there's a couple alternates, there's a bonus, there's all sorts of things. So this is where I am at. So the band that I'm working on is number 6. So after I finish that band, I will be halfway through the piece. And when I finished this 5th band in March, it was my page finish number 4 and 5 for the year. So I'm trying to do 40 page finishes in 2024 in honor of my 40th birthday. And so when I finished that band, that was 2 more pages complete. So that was exciting. I think maybe it was 5 and 6. think 5 and 6 for the year. So I fell a little bit behind in April, but I'm excited to get back to this one. So this is on 36 count stone linen from Fiber on a Whim. Just a perfect gray. I love a perfect gray. It's also fly season. They've returned with a vengeance. And my 4-year-old hates flies. She will run around the house shooing them off of wherever they are and complaining about them. It's gonna be a long summer. The border is in Gentle Arts Blue Spruce, and then the center variegated is Threadworks 1138 with some touches of gold Petite Treasure Braid PB01 from Rainbow Gallery to give it a little bit of sparkle. So that is where it is. It feels like forever since I've looked at this. I don't think I picked it up in April. So really nice to get it out again, and I can definitely get some good progress on this month, especially since all the bands are released, and so then I can really decide which versions and which bands I want to include, and hopefully it will keep on rolling. WIPs I haven't worked on in a while. This is Birds of a Feather. Tangent. Miriam designed this. This is an exclusive that she designed for the Quad City Needle Minder Retreat last summer. So the Quad City Needle Minders, myself, Miriam, Nithya of Daybreak Stitchery, and Julian Stitches 16 got together last summer, and Miriam designed this for our retreat. So she has not released this one yet to the public. And so we all started it at the retreat, and I've worked on it a little bit since. As we were Zooming, we try to Zoom every month, and so I would really love to get back to it. We did also start recording some of our Zooms once every quarter, and so the second recorded video that we've done is out now, and it's on Nithya's channel, Daybreak Stitchery, and we gave an update on our lemon projects from our first video. That's on Miriam's channel if you haven't caught it. Again, links are down below. And then, so we gave an update on our lemons, and then we talked about color conversions. And we all brought different examples of color conversions. So starting with basic, like just converting from stash or from one brand to another, but trying to keep the called for colors similar. We talked about monochromatic designs, adding color, different colors to monochromatic designs, or taking designs charted in multiple colors and making them monochromatic. We talked about color inversions. So if the model is dark floss on light fabric, switching it so it's light floss on dark fabric, and I had an example of that. It's one of my favorite things to do. And then just full on, totally different vibe, different floss colors, different fabric color from the called for. And so we all brought examples of those, and it was really interesting to hear about everybody's kind of approach, like where do you start, and just some tips for doing different kinds of color conversions. So if that's something that interests you, those three ladies are just so good with color. I would really highly recommend watching the video. I hope you enjoy our conversation. I had to go back and watch it because I was chasing a 4-year-old who didn't have pants on for a significant portion of the video. And so I feel like I missed some of the good conversation too. So I went back and watched it, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. So Quad City Needle Minders episode 2 is out, and it's on Nithya's channel. Episode 1 is on Miriam's. So we're trying to spread the love there. Back to Birds of a Feather. So I've been working on the border. Yeah. So that's what I've got. This is just a couple stitching sessions. This is 36 count Lotus from Bestitch Me. It's a gorgeous purple. Lots of purple today. Well, lots of purple every day, let's be honest. If you've been here, you know. And called for DMC. So I am going to change things up a little bit when I get to the birds. I'm going to make each bird a different color that represents each of our favorite colors. But otherwise, I think I'm going to go called for on this really nice purple fabric. So would love to get more work on this, and at least get the border, you know, pretty well in, because then I feel like the middle will go quickly and be kind of fun. So I have no illusions about finishing this before our next get together, which will hopefully be this summer. But it definitely needs some love. Speaking of overdue for all the love, Sepideh. This was a winter solstice celebration pattern, I believe 2 years ago. And I did not get her back out last December, and it was very sad. So it's happening. And especially on my quest to get page finishes on each of my projects, I started in the top right. And so really the border, the moon is about halfway done, and then the stars. I mean, that should be a reasonable page finish goal for May or sometime related to May. May is so nuts. It's so catchy. Maroomy May is so catchy, but it's really not a productive stitchy month for me. So this is what I have. Oh, I love it so much. This is 36 count, appropriately named Winter Solstice fabric from Fabrics by Stephanie. And this is all Petite Treasure Braid silver, so PB04, I believe. And just one strand on 36 count. Most of my stitching, if I forget to say, is going to be 2 strands on 36 count. That's my happy spot, but I think the 1 strand looks fabulous. And I can't wait to get back to this. I had a mistake in the moon, and I did get that fixed the last time I had this out. So that at least is, I should be able to pick it up and go. But that is way overdue for some love. So really excited. That might be what I start with, actually. Because I feel like I'm at a good place to just pick up and start and not have to think too hard about it. But then, of course, there's other projects that are, you know, would be new shiny things to start. So I do have 2 potential starts. I honestly don't know if I'm going to have the mental capacity to start something new, but I mean, they're here. So a companion to Dear Sepideh is Bahar, and she's one of Miriam's latest releases. She's the goddess of spring. I mean, the dress, the flowers, the hair, it's just, it's so good. It's so good. And Miriam was kind enough to gift the floss. So I've got the floss and, pardon me, I think I showed this on my last Flosstube, but I got this piece of Garden Party from Bestitch Me. Yeah. Yep. Really want to play with that. So we'll see. We'll see how progress goes. I've had some really rainy days, so maybe I'll hit a nice rainy day when it's kind of quiet and the kids are still in school and I'll be able to start. So the other new start possibility is Azaad, the Lost Unicorn. And I've talked about this one at length. It was Miriam's birthday release in January. If you haven't watched her video about it, please, please, please do so. I have not gathered the floss yet, but totally doable because I do have the fabric. Some amazing banana oil fabric. My first banana oil. So, I mean, you can't get that fabric out and just not want to immediately start the things. So those are 2 very, very strong contenders for new starts for Maroomy May. So we will see what happens. But please, please, please show Miriam some love. Tag Jerica and I so we can see it. It's going to be an exciting month. It's going to be really fun to not have an excuse, but have a focus, right? To buckle down and really get some stitches in. Sepideh is really, it's a really sad start. So we're going to exercise some shame. We're going to add some stitches and it's going to be great. So Maroomy May. Okay, I remembered to talk about the quantity needle minder video. That was on my notes. So next, I do have other works in progress I did work on. So despite all the things that April has been, I did actually do really well on my full coverage goals. So I have the same goals as last year. I'm hoping I have 2 big full coverage pieces on the go, and I would like to get 1,000 stitches a month in on each of them. Last year, I hit that goal for maybe 6 of the 12 months on my Hade, my Heaven Earth Designs project, and I think I only hit it 3. I don't think it was even 4 months. I think I hit it for 3 on Ripples, and at no point did I hit 4 months in a row. But so far this year, I've done it, which is really exciting. I have 150 stitches maybe left on one of them. It might happen today. It's possible. I have to upload this. I have some transplanting to do. And then I have a vendor meeting tonight for one of the farmers markets we're going to be doing this summer. So we'll see how the day goes. If I get some extra stitches in tomorrow, I'm still going to count it as April. We'll be fine. They're my own goals. I can do what I want. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Peacock. This is artwork by Elizabeth Welker, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Tangent number 2. There's been a lot of artists that are no longer working with Heaven and Earth Designs. They've been retiring a lot of patterns and artists are leaving. I've looked into it a little bit. I haven't read a lot about it. I haven't seen a lot about it, but I don't, like I said, I've been off Flosstube. I know Heaven and Earth Designs has started selling patterns that are generated from AI artwork. So artwork that's generated by a computer, by artificial intelligence, and either tweaked then or just used as is. And a lot of artists, I think, reasonably have some very strong feelings about that. And so just something to be aware of if you're in the market for purchasing new full coverage patterns, or if you're looking for specific artists that maybe used to be there that aren't anymore. I know some are moving to other design labels or other shops. So look around, be aware. I have personal feelings, of course, but I'm not going to tell anybody else how to make their purchasing decisions. I've noticed when Heaven and Earth Designs has put up Instagram posts with their new designs, they do say, everything that is AI generated has that label. So you will be able to tell. But just something to be aware of. I know it's a big deal in our industry and in really any art and creative field. It's just something to be aware of, something to think about as you're deciding where to spend your stash dollars, right? So anyway, this is my current Hade project, and the artwork is by Elizabeth Welker, and it's Peacock. So I started in the bottom right-hand corner, and I crossed the 10,000 stitches mark. It's so fun. It's so fun to see it kind of unraveled, and I can see it all together. Yay. So I stitched 1,017 stitches in April. I am at 10,139 stitches complete. Oh man, these lilacs go with everything that I stitch, and I love it. And so it's 2.82% done. And so feeling really good about that. It looks so good. It's exciting. So 18 count gray Ada, 2 strands of the called for DMC. So that is Peacock.
Hello.
Say hello.
Hello.
Do you need anything else?
Yeah, I'm scared.
Okay.
Halloween.
Okay. My partner's gotten our daughters into like the old school Muppet movies, and so now the little one loves Muppet Babies with her morning breakfast. So obviously we're at a break between episodes, but here we go. Okay, second full coverage piece is Ripples, and this is by Julia at Electric City Stitches on Etsy. This was a top left start, and I actually finished a page in March, I believe. So that was page finish number 4 for the year. So that was exciting. So I've had a page finish on both full coverage projects so far this year, which is really exciting. So again, 18 count Ada. This one's light blue, called for DMC, 2 strands, all the things. Ooh, there it is. So far I've stitched 854 stitches in April, which is pretty good considering that I had almost a week where I just didn't stitch hardly at all between the eczema and the kids and the farm and the things. So this is now at 12,416 stitches in, and it is 6.01% complete. So I passed the 6% mark, and basically all I've done this month is this blob of blue. So it started, this was kind of the page, and that helped me finish up that page, getting that blob of blue, and then it was really nice to have that set aside for as busy and stressful a month as April has been, because the month before in March, I did a lot of the color changing kind of blobs up here, knowing that I might need something that's a little more soothing, a little more just get the stitches in and not have to worry about changing colors as much. And so it was nice to have that kind of available and set aside for the kind of month that this has been. So that was really nice. So much blue, so much $9.95 and $38.65, but they are gorgeous. So once I get through that kind of blob section, then it starts to get really stripy, and then we get some greens. So I'm excited about the future and kind of where that one's going. Okay, my other full coverage piece that's not as large, but that is getting regular work is Jadevine. I was like, whoa. Jadevine by Carolyn Manning, and we use this for hashtag Manning Monday or just another Manning Monday. So I've been trying to remind Julie and Stitches of when it's Mondays. Sometimes by the time I remember it's Monday, it's almost Tuesday, but we all do what we can. So this was a top right hand start as well. Again, 18 count Aida, called for DMC 2 strands. And this is where I'm at. So I got some good work in on this yesterday. After I finish this line, there's another full line and maybe a half to the bottom of the page. So I think there could be a page finish coming after another month or two of Manning Mondays. I haven't missed a Monday yet. Some, of course, are more productive Mondays than others as far as number of stitches, but I haven't missed one yet. So that makes me really happy. So it's gorgeous. It's so good. Okay, 2 other whips. I did have some car stitching time and 1 or 2 days where I just needed a monochromatic, and so for that, I've been using Opening Gambit by Long Dog Samplers. This was my birthday start a couple years ago. I forget, I think 2022. So I got a page finish earlier. So I've been working on the top center page. So I did the flag, and I've started building the castle, which is really fun. So, ta-da! So I'm pretty sure I showed last time that I did bring the top border all the way over just to make sure that the fabric was the correct size. And it was. So we've finished up the balloon and started this critter, finished up the Y, had this little monkey guy on the flag, and then of course starting the castle. This is a 36 count shark fin linen from Fortnite Fabrics, and it's using the purple sections of a Silks For You PR 124, I'm gonna say. If it's wrong, it'll be on the screen. I have to look it up every time. I'm pretty sure it's 124. It's a purple to teal, but I'm just using the purple sections. So, man, now that I got this out, I want to play with that. I won't. No, I have too many things. I would really like to keep up the full coverage work in May and see if I can at least get some stitches in. But then, of course, also play with the Maroomies. So this will go away for a while. There shouldn't be too much car riding where I wouldn't be driving. So ta-ta for now to Opening Gambit. But every time I get it, it's just so fun. And then kind of another palette cleanser I've been working on, and I think one that I could feasibly have a finish on for next time, is Some Good by Darling Whimsy Designs. This is a fundraiser piece that was part of the hashtag MMIWG2S SAL, the fundraiser for murdered and missing Indigenous women, girls, and two spirits. And this is no longer available this time around, but make sure you follow Deanna, Darling Whimsy on Etsy and on Instagram so you can see maybe if it is released again in the future. It is a quote from the Lord of the Rings movies. It says, "There is some good in this world and it's worth fighting for." So the text is almost done. I have to stick the G in there. There will be a green hobbit door up there, and then of course just bringing down the symmetrical tree. So very close on this. It's on a 36 count color in cotton that was a limited edition color, just an off dye green that they had, and then 2 colors of DMC 973, 972 or 973, and then I think 300 for the brown, and then I'll pick a green for the door. So just kind of I was really in the mood to start it in March, and I did, and it's been my car stitching, you know, when I'm just sitting in the car. Got a lot done during Girl Scouts last week, so just kind of pick it up when I need a little something, and now that I'm close to a finish, I have been picking it up more often. So that would be a nice unexpected finish for sometime soon. So that is the stitching. Those are the whips. No finishes, no new starts yet. I do have a couple things of Stitchy Kindness to show. I know I mentioned our lemon projects for the needle minders, and Julie, dear one, sent along this Easy Peasy Lemon Squeezy gnome bag, which is so cute, and it had some goodies in the pouch, so I need to add this to my lemon project bag. Thank you, Julie, you're a sweetheart. And then for a birthday present, my family celebrated February and March birthdays over Easter, so that was the very end of March, and so my aunt, bless her, has figured out how to use the 1, 2, 3 stitch wish list that I have, and she got me this amazing December bouquet kit from, is it Luca S? I think is how to pronounce it. So I have a summer bouquet kit that I'm going to stitch for my mother-in-law. She has an old door that she has mounted on her wall, and she really wants something to go in the center, like the upper half is kind of a cutout window, right? And so she picked out the summer bouquet to have as in her door. So I need to stitch that. But then when I was looking at them, of course, I saw, oh, well, there are other bouquets, and look at the December one. So just a beautiful winter bouquet. And my aunt was equally struck by it. She goes, I was looking through your wish list, and this one just jumped out at me. I said, yeah, yep, I know the feeling. I can see why. So really excited to have this. I have not done either one, but it looks like a 16 count Ada. I think I'll probably use the kit fabric. And then all the floss they've already got on floss cards. Oh man. Does anybody remember when you would get the kits? And I think Mill Hills are still like this, and all the floss is just there, and you have to figure out which color it is. That was the hardest part of stitching when I was growing up and learning how to stitch. I'm like, how am I supposed to know which one is yellow green and which one is gray green? And hopefully, you know, the number of strands included would be different, and so you could narrow it down. Anyway, tangent number 3. My investments, I bought one pattern, the latest from Dee's 20 Stitches. It's called Know Thyself. I'll put in a picture here because I don't have a cover picture. This was a fundraiser for their top surgery. It came out on the Trans Day of Visibility in March, and that was an immediate purchase. I know Miriam has started hers. I know other people are stitching it as well, so it's a good one. And then I actually bought several blue fabrics for a model stitch. So, oh man, I've gotten back to designing, which has been really exciting. And I officially signed up to be a vendor, an exhibitor at Needlework Marketplace at the end of August. So if you've been around the community, you may have heard about Nashville Needlework Market in March, and that's where designers, fabric dyers, floss dyers, other people head to just outside Nashville, Tennessee. They set up their rooms at an Embassy Suites, and then brick and mortar and online needlework shops can go and shop. It's a wholesale market. It's not open to the public, but you can order from your favorite shops. There's tons of new designs, and then they bring all the stock home and obviously put it in their shops. So Needlework Marketplace is an online version, similar online only wholesale show so that you don't have to travel and it's just a little more accessible for small and or new designers. So I officially signed up, and so I have a couple designs that I'm hoping to have ready in time to be exclusive releases, and you will hear much more about that as the time gets closer. It's going to be the last weekend in August. And so one of my big plans is to have the next in the Bloom series ready to release. So especially since I'm in flower mode now, it's just like, it's all coming together. So I ordered a couple different 36 count blue fabrics to have as a model stitch. So the first one I ordered was Ocean Air from Fox and Rabbit. And this is just kind of my standard blue, like it's my favorite. I put so many things on this, but the piece that I got is not quite the same. So it's a different dye lot. They may have changed something. It's been a while since I bought the piece that I'd been working off of. And so it's much more gray than previous pieces. So that was a little bit of a bummer. I didn't think it was going to be quite vibrant enough for what I was looking for this piece anyway, but it's always good to have Ocean Air around, right? So that was that one. And then I got Lagoon from Fiber on a Whim, which is gorgeous. And then I also tried Robin's Egg from Fiber on a Whim. So those are the three. I have not done the floss toss yet because I'm still finalizing the colors, but I'm thinking it might be the middle one. It might be Lagoon. So, love blue fabric. Can't go wrong with blue fabric. So that is all the stitching stuff. That's it. We made it. The kid's still happy. We're good. I'm going to do a farm update and then an up next for a channel recommendation that is not Stitchy related. So if you are just here for the stitching and you made it this far, thank you so much, and I will see you next time. If you are interested in a little video from the farm, as I mentioned, it's springtime and we have baby pigs, and watching the baby pigs just snort around in the pasture with their mamas is by far the best part of raising pigs. And so I've got a little video of one very curious sow and her very curious babies to insert here. Just enjoy the snuffles. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed the piggos, the snuffling sounds of spring there. So my last thing is an up next segment, and usually I would recommend a Flosstuber that I've been watching or someone that is new to me, and I haven't been watching Flosstube. I'm so far behind, and I am so in flower and garden mode. I thought I would go a little out of the box today and recommend a channel that I watched who's actually a flower farmer, just in case. I know, so many of us have overlapping hobbies. We do other crafts and there's lots of gardeners out there. And so I would recommend Georgie at Common Flower Farm. She's a British flower farmer and she's been doing it for a long time. And she's so matter of fact in what she does. She has a lot of videos just on the business of flower farming, but also arranging. She's a farmer florist, so she grows the flowers and then she arranges them for events and weddings and bouquets and all sorts of things. And she is really good at foraging what is available in season, what she has. She has tons of perennials, and she loves throwing in just wild branches of things. She calls it adding the twiggery pokery. Such a soothing, just British accent voice, just talking about, embracing seasonality and the wilderness and what's around you and making something beautiful and unexpected. And so even if you're not growing flowers, even if you're not arranging flowers. If you have a love for flowers and you love hearing people talk about an appreciation for nature, I would recommend some of Georgie's videos. So if you have any interest in that at all, head over to Common Farm Flowers. Her piece of land used to be the town common, and so that's where the Common Farm comes from. So I would highly recommend. I will try to get back to Flosstube recommendations soon, but it's been on my mind, and I know there's a lot of other gardeners and flower lovers out there, and so I wanted to throw out that different sort of recommendation as well. So that's what I have. I don't know when I'll be back, but I'm glad I was here for today, and I'm so glad that you were here with me. If you've made it to the end, please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Is it lilac season where you are? Are you excited about growing something? Do you have a flower you wish that would grow in your area? Are you headed into fall? Do you have any memories of growing up on a farm with pigs? I mean, anything. Just say hello. Say hello, and I look forward to talking with everyone. So to all of us in this busy season, I will say, as always, do what you can when you can, and happy stitching.